Let us start our exercise 3.3.
Let us see our exercise 3.3. Use the bar graph figure to answer the following question. Now, dear student, those who don't know bar graph and double bar graph, please watch the introductory video of this chapter. So now let us start. Now here we have to observe this bar graph. Bar means this kind of pillar is known as bar graph, and we have to give the answer. Now before giving answer, we have to just observe this bar graph. Now here first bar shows that student of standard 7, uh, 8 number of student used to have dog as pet. Then uh, 10 number of a student used to have cat as a pet. 2 number of a student have rabbit as pet. Then it is between 4 and 6, so we can say that 5 number of a student be having hamster as a pet, and it is between 2 and 4, means 3 number of student have other animal as pet. Now let us see what is the question related to this graph. Which is the most popular pet? From all the bar, we found this one is the tallest bar, and we can say that a cat is the most popular pet, which is owned by the student of class 7. Now how many students have dog as a pet? Now, just now only we saw that is 8 number of children have dog as pet. Now let us move toward next question. Now read the bar graph which shows the number of books sold by bookstore during the 5 consecutive years and answer the following question. Now here one kind of bar is given in which 5 consecutive years are there, and these are the number of books sold in a 5 consecutive year. Now one by one we have to give the answer of particular question. Now first let us observe the graph. Here see, here this pillar shows in 1989 how many number of books sold. In 1990 how many number of books sold. Now the first question is how many books were sold in 1989, 1990 and 1992. Now dear student, if we consider this 1 centimeter as 100 number of book, means 1 centimeter 100 number of book, 2 centimeter 200 number of book, 3 centimeter 300 number of book, 4 centimeter 400 number of book. From here 5 centimeter means 500 number of book, and from here 6 centimeter means 600 numbers of book. Now dear student, in 1989 if we find in 1989 the pillar is still here. Now between 100 and 200 it is 150, and this pillar is between 150 and 200, means it is we can consider it as the centimeter, we can take it as a 1.75. till here the centimeter is 1.5, and till here, and it is between, the pillar is between 1 centimeter 1.5 centimeter and 2 centimeter, means we can consider it as a 1.75. so if the pillar is of length 1.75, so if 1 centimeter is equals to 100 books, so 1.75 when you multiply it with 100, so you will get 175 number of a book sold in 1989. So write down 175 approx. Now in 1990, now in 1990 again same condition, it is between, see here the pillar, this pillar is between 450 and 500. If you considered 450 means 4.5 and 5 centimeter, between 4 centimeter 4.5 centimeter and 5 centimeter is 4.75 centimeter. So when you multiply it with 100, you will get 475 number of books sold in 1990. Then in 1992 we found that the pillar is here till here, which is between 200 and 250. So between 200 and 250 means between 2 centimeter and 2.5 centimeter, means that is 2.25 centimeter. When you will multiply 2.25 centimeter with 100, you will get 225. So 225 approx number of books sold in 1992. Now in which year were about 475 books sold and 225 books sold? Just now only we found that in 1990 475 number of books sold. To write down about 475 books sold in 1990, and in 1992 225 number of books sold, that is about 225 books sold in 1992. Now, in which year were the fewer than 250 books sold? Now, we have to find fewer than 250 books sold. So, only we found it only in 2 years, that is in 1989 and 1992. Here we found that the pillar is less than 250. The pillar are less than 250. So, we can write that in 1989 and 1992, fewer than 250 books sold. Now, can you explain how would you estimate the number of books sold in 1989? Now, just now only I explained that if the pillar is till here, the 1 centimeter equals to 100 books, and 200 books mean 2 centimeter. The pillar is between here and between 100 and 200 it is 150. The pillar is between 150 and 200. 150 and 200 means 175. Now, if we go in centimeter, it is 1 centimeter, it is 2 centimeter. And the pillar is between 1.5 centimeter and 2 centimeter. And between 1.5 and 2 centimeter, we get 1.75. So, if you multiply 1.75 with 100, you will get 175 number of books. So, let us write length of the bar corresponding to 1989 is about 1.75. We got, first find the length of this pillar, that is 1.75 centimeter, and the scale we had taken 1 centimeter equals to 100 book. So multiply 1.75 into 100, we will get 175 number of book. Now let us see next question. Number of children in 6 different classes are given below. Represent the data graph. Now there are these are the standard classes, and these are the number of children in classes, that is in 5th standard 135 children, in 6th class 120 children, in 7th class 95 children, in 8th class 100 children, in 9th class 90 children, in 10th class 80 children. Now we have to observe this question and we have to represent the bar graph of it. So how to represent? So let us see. Now dear student, you have to draw this graph in your graph book. Not to stick paper in your class book, but you have to draw in your graph book. See, this is how. Now, what you will write, see here, these are the classes. You have to take this in x-axis and all the number of children in y-axis. See how. Draw this perpendicular line like this. This is x-axis and this is y-axis, and write down all the classes in x-axis, that is 5th standard, 6th standard, 7th standard, 8th standard, 9th standard and 10th standard. And if we take 1 centimeter, all these boxes are of 1 centimeter. If we take this box, that is one box, that is 1 centimeter equals to 10 children. Before plotting this data, we have to find the minimum and maximum number of children in a class. So from this question, if you find the minimum number of children are 80 and maximum number of children are 135. So if you start from 0 and if you take the classes of 10, 20, 30, so till 140 we have to take the class. See here, if you start from 0, then you have to take 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120 and 130 and 140. Now till here you have to draw the data, put the data. Then in standard 5th, 135 number of children are there. So how to draw the bar of 135? So see, you have to leave 1 boxes and you have to draw a bar between the boxes. See here, 135 means it will come between 130 and 140. 130 and 140. See, between 130 and 140, this is the darkest line. You have to, till here you have to draw the graph. Then in standard 6, the 120 number of children. So in standard 6, 120 means till here you have to draw the graph. Then standard 7, 95. So 95 is between 90 and 100. So standard 7, that is between 90 and 100. So till here you have to draw the graph. Then in standard 8, 100 number of children are there. So standard 8, 100, till here you have to draw. Then standard 9, 90 number of children means 90 exact value will get. Then standard 10, 80 number of children. So here you have to mention the scale also, that is 1 centimeter, that is one box equals to 10 children. Compulsory you have to draw this figure and you have to write this data with pencil, not with pen. Now let us move forward. Now we have to give the answer related to this question. How would you choose a scale? So how to choose, as I told you, you have to find the smallest number and the greatest number, that is less number of children and maximum number of children. So start the scale from 0. Always start the scale from 0, as we had already started over here. See, then the greatest value is 135, so end the class value greater than 135, such as 140. So see, till here means greatest class is 135, so we had end with till 140. You can write 150, but it is of no use. Now the next question is, which class has the maximum number of children and the minimum children? So from this data we found that standard 5th has maximum number of children, that is 135, and class 10th has minimum number of children, that is 80. Now find the ratio of the class student of class 6 to the student of class 8. Now we have to find the ratio of student class of 6th and class 8th. Means you have to find the ratio of 120 children and 100 children. So write down in this way, ratio equals to 120 children and 100 children. Ratio means write down in upon form, 120 divided by 100, 0 0 will get cancelled, and reduce it with 2, you will get 6 by 5. So write down over here 6 is to 5. Now let us see question number 4. The performance of a student in first term and second term is given. Draw a double bar graph choosing appropriate scale and answer the following. Now here the subject is given, that is English, Hindi, Math, Science and SS, that is social science. Now it is a marks of a student in both the term out of 100. That means a student got 67 marks in first term in English and 70 marks in second term. He scored 72 marks in Hindi and in second term 65 marks. He scored 88 marks in maths and 95 marks in second term. He scored 81 marks in science and 85 marks in second term. He scored 73 marks in first term in SS and 75 marks in second term. Now we have to represent this thing in a graph. So we have to prepare double bar graph because it is a data related to two terms. Now let's see how to construct. Dear student, you have to construct the double bar graph in your graph book, not in a class of book. Now again draw perpendicular line, that is it is x-axis and this line is y-axis. That means what? The horizontal line is known as x-axis and the vertical line is known as y-axis. Now write down the subject in this way. Here the marks of 5 subjects are there, so it will come in this way. So means a whole box you can take as a to represent this double bar graph. Now write down the subject in this way. Now here the how much classes, that is 1 centimeter, how much scale you will take over here, that will decide your minimum and maximum mark from the question. So minimum marks, if I find, it is 65 and the maximum marks is 95. So why not to take a 1 centimeter equals to 10 marks. So you can write over here, that is scale 1 centimeter equals to 10 marks, and you have to represent both the term, that is marks of first term in this way and marks of second term in this way. See, here I have shaded the box and this line represent the marks, first term marks, and this shade represent second term marks. Now he got 67 marks in English in first term and 70 marks in second term in English. So how to represent such? So for English you have to plot 67. So 67 means from starting from here, 60 is over here, 60 is over here, then leave 7 such box from here, count from here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and draw a line in this way. Then in this kind of line represent his marks in first term. Then another box, just attach it, and in second term he got 70 marks. So starting from here, so 70 you can get easily. Now after drawing the pillar shade like this, you can draw any kind of design over here, it is up to you. Then it represents the marks of first term and second term in English subject. Then in Hindi subject, let us see how much he got in Hindi. That is 72 marks and 65 marks. 72 marks in first term and 65 marks in second term. So how to represent 72? So 72 means leave that is 2 box above 70. So in such way you can draw the pillar. And in second term he got 65. 65 means between 60 and 70. So draw a pillar like this and draw a design. From that we can find that this is a second term marks. It represent first term marks, and this pillar represents second term marks. Now in math subject, how much he got? He got 88 marks in first term and 95 marks in second term. So let us, 88 marks means how to represent 88 marks. So that is 8 small boxes above 80. Means from 80 you have to take 8 boxes. You have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and construct a pillar like this. Then in second term he got 95. 95 means exactly between 90 and 100. Then after constructing the pillar, this pillar represent first term marks, this pillar represent second term marks. Then how much he got in science? He got 81 in science in first term and 85 in second term. So 81, how to represent 81? Write down science. 81 means 1 box above 80, and 85 means exactly between 80 and 90. See here, 80 and 90 exactly between here. So this box represent first term marks and this pillar represent second term marks. Now how much he got in social science, that is SS, that is he got 73 marks in first term and 75 marks in second term. So 73, how to represent 73? It's very simple. 73 means 3 box above 70, 70, 71, 72, 73. And he got 75 marks in second term, that is exactly between 70 and 80. See here, 70 and 80, 75 marks. Now that means what? This pillar represent first term marks and this pillar represent second term marks. Now dear student, now we have to give answer related to this question. In which subject has the children improve his performance the most? Now if I find here there is an increase of 3 marks, here there is a decrease of 7 marks, here there is a increase of you can say 7 marks, then here there is a increase of 4 marks, and here increase of 2 marks. So from all the subject I find in maths he improved the most. So write down maths over here. In which subject is the improvement the least? Means in which subject you find the improvement the least? So talking about improvement, here 3 marks of improvement, here 4 marks of improvement, and here 7 marks of improvement. But here we can say that just 2 marks of improvement. So we can say that in SS there is a least improvement. Then has the performance gone down in any subject? Yes, we can say that in Hindi, because in Hindi he got 72 marks in first term and it reduced to 65. So we can say that there is a gone down in performance. Now let us see question number 5. Consider this data collected from a survey of a colony. It is just a survey of a colony. Now here the favorite sports given, that is cricket, basketball, swimming, hockey and athletic. They are doing a survey related to particular favorite sports. Now further they had categorized into 2 parts, that is watcher, number of watcher and participating. Now here in the game of cricket, after doing the survey in a particular colony, they found that 1240 people who used to watch cricket, just want to watch cricket, they don't want to play. And 620 are such those who want to participate in the game of cricket. Now in the game of basketball, number of watchers are 470 and 320 people want to participate in the game of basketball. Then further, in the game of swimming, means 510 people used to watch this game and 320 want to participate. And further in hockey, 430 watcher and 250 participate, they want to participate. And athletic, 250 people used to watch this athletic, and just 105 people want to participate in the game of athletic. Now again we have to draw the double bar graph. Appropriate scale we have to take, means 2 pillar here, 1 2 3 4 5 number of games are there, that means it will easily come in the graph page. Student, you have to draw in graph page, whole question you have to do in graph page. Now 2 pillar of watcher and participator. Now let's see how to do. So we infer from the graph, bar graph, the resident of colony like cricket the most. And now here one question they had asked, that what do you infer from the bar graph? So from the bar graph we can say that we infer from the bar graph the resident of the colony, means the resident of the colony, they used to like the cricket the most and the athlete the least. Means if we say here we found the number of watcher in the game of cricket are more than any other game, and the number of participation are also more as compared to athletic. In athletic, in the game of athletic, we found the number of watcher and participator are less. Now first let us do the graph, then we will answer this question number 2nd. See again, x-axis, this horizontal line represent x-axis and this vertical line represent y-axis. Now here again you have to find the minimum and maximum. The minimum is 105 and the maximum is 1240. So why not start the class from 100, means 1 centimeter equals to 100 residents of the colony, 100 number of residents. Now if you start from here, 0, 100, 200, 300, 400, 700, 9, 10, 1200, 1300, till 1300 you have to draw, you have to take. Means 1 centimeter is equals to 100 number of residents of the colony. Now let us see. Now here you have to write 1 centimeter, here you have to write the scale also. 1 centimeter equals to 100 residents of the colony. Now this plain pillar shows watcher, watching, that is, and this symbol, this pillar, this figure show participating. Now first one, it is given that 1240 people used to watch the game of cricket and 620 used to want to participate in the game of cricket. So how to represent 1240? So it will come between 1200 and 1300. So see here, it will come between 1200 and 1300, and you have to leave 4 small box, means 1 box equals to 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, like that. As 1 centimeter is 100, means 1 small box is 10, 10, 20, 30, like that. Okay, now 1240 means it will come over here. Then 620 people want to participate in the game of cricket. So 620 means between 600 and 700 and 2 box above 600, that is 610 and 20. Then in the game of basketball, 470 people want to, 470 residents want to watch and 320 want to participate. So 470, how to represent 470? It is between 400 and 500 and 7 box above the 400, 7 small box, 1 2 3 4, the here 7, 450 and 60 and 70. Then 320 want to participate. 320 means 300 and 2 box above, that is 2 small box, that is 310 and 20. Then in the game of swimming, 510 wants to participate. 510 means 1 box above 500, and 320 wants to participate, means 300, 2 box above 320, means 2 box above 300, 310, 320. Then in the game of hockey, 430 want to watch. So 430 means 3 box above 400, that is 410, 20, 30. Then 250 participant to 250 resident want to participate. 250 is exactly between 200 and 300. 200 and 300. Then in athletics also 250 want to watch. So write down it is exactly between, and 105 want to participate. Now dear student, how to represent 105? So one box means 10. Here it is 100. One small box means 10. So draw a line between that is just above the 100 and just below the 110. Exactly below this line. Below this line. So now this is how you have to represent the graph. This plain graph represent the number of resident want to watch, and this shaded pillar represent number of resident want to participate. Now let us see the question which is related to this bar graph. Which sport is the most popular? As we found that cricket is the most popular because watcher and participant both are more than any other game. Which is the most preferred watching or participating in sports? If we find in all the game, number of watcher are more than number of participation. So we can write that watching sports is preferred more than participating in any sports, which is given over here. Now let us see question number 6. Take the data giving the minimum and the maximum temperature of various cities given in the beginning of the chapter. Now here this is the temperature of a various city which I had written. Now we have to plot the double bar graph using the data. Now here various cities are there, and from that minimum and maximum temperature are also given. Now that is in Ahmedabad 38 degrees Celsius is the maximum and 29 degrees Celsius is the minimum. Amritsar 37 degrees is the maximum temperature and 26 is the minimum, and so on. Now we have to plot a double bar graph because the data of minimum and maximum temperature is there. So here from this we can find the minimum value is 28 degrees Celsius and maximum is 41, and here also minimum 21 and maximum 29. So why not we take the class that is 1 centimeter equals to 5 degrees Celsius. So let us take 1 centimeter equals to 5 degrees Celsius, because if you will take 1 centimeter equals to 10 degrees Celsius, so you will get very small figure. So now previously that one small box, see dear student, this is previously we used to take this box which is equals to 1 centimeter equals to 10 or 100. So if you are taking 10, so one small box equals to 1. If you are taking 100, so one small box equals to 10. Now we are taking this 1 centimeter equals to 5. So you have to consider this two box equals to 1. Now this is how you have to draw a perpendicular line. This is a horizontal and this is a vertical line. Horizontal line is x-axis. Write down number of cities over here. See dear student, here whole one box is not possible. So what I did, I divided this one box into two part. That means that this pillar will show the maximum temperature and this pillar will show the minimum temperature. Now starting from 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 45 till 50 I had written. 50 is of no use, 45 also no use because the maximum temperature is 41. Now let us start. See here of Ahmedabad, we have to plot 38 degrees Celsius maximum temperature and 29 degree minimum Celsius. Now how to represent 38 degrees Celsius? Now if you'll see over here 38, where it will come, so it will come between 35 and 40. As I told you that 2 box equals to 1. So if 38 is there, means 35 plus 3 gives 38. So I have to add 3 box over here. As I had taken 1 centimeter equals 5 degrees Celsius. means to add 3 boxes over here, I have to take 6 small boxes. Means as I told you, 2 box equals to 1, means here it is 1, then 2, then it is 3. So adding 3 to 35 gives 38. So here it will come 38. Then 29. 29 means 25 plus 4 gives 29. So if we'll take 4 over here, that is 29 over here, so it is not possible, because between 25 and 30, 27.5 coming. So to get 29, so I have to add 4 to 5, means 4 more boxes to 25, so I will get 29. Now to get 4 more box, so double it. Just double of 4 is 8. So leave 8 small boxes, 8 such small boxes. So you will get 29 over here. So 29, as I told you, 2 box equals to 1. See here, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Means 25 plus 4, 29. And 2 more box gives 30. Then Amritsar, maximum temperature is 37. 37 means 35 plus 2. Means double of 2 is 4, so leave 4 small boxes. And minimum temperature is 26, so 25 plus 1 is 26. 1 means double of 1 is 2, so leave 2 box. Then Bangalore, maximum temperature is 28. 28, how to get Bangalore? 28. 28 means 25 plus 3, so double of 3 is 6, so leave 6 small boxes. And minimum temperature is 21. So 20 plus 1, double of 1 is 2, so leave 2 boxes. So you will get maximum and minimum temperature. Then of Chennai, maximum temperature is 36. 36 means 35 plus 1, the double of 1 is 2, so leave 2 boxes about 35. Then minimum temperature is 27, means 25 plus 2 gives 27. Double of 2 is 4, so leave 4 boxes above 25. So you will get maximum and minimum temperature of Chennai. Then Delhi, maximum temperature is 38. 38 means 35 plus 3. 35 plus 3 means 35 plus 3 gives 38. And the double of 3 is 6 box, so you have to leave 6 box about 35. So you will get 38. And minimum temperature is 28. So 28 means 25 plus 3 gives 28, and double of 3 is 6, so leave 6 box above 25. Then temperature of Jaipur, maximum temperature is 39. Jaipur, 39. That is 30 plus 4 gives 39, and double of 4 is 8, so you have to leave 8 small boxes. Then minimum temperature is 29. 29 means 25 plus 4 gives 29, so double of 4 is 8, so you have to leave 8 small boxes from 29, that is 25, from that is above 25, you have to leave 8 boxes, so you will get 29. Then temperature of Jammu, that is maximum temperature is 41 degrees Celsius of Jammu. 41 means 40 plus 1, and double of 1 is 2, so you have to leave 2 boxes. Then minimum temperature is 26 of Jaipur. So 26 means 25 plus 1, and double of 1 is 2. So you have to leave 2 boxes of Jaipur. This Mumbai, maximum temperature is 32. So how to get 32 means 30 plus 2 gives 32, and double of 2 is 4. So you have to leave 4 boxes. So you will get 32. Then minimum temperature is 27. So 25 plus 2 is 27. So double of 2 is 4. So you have to leave 4 box about 25 gives 27. Now this is how you have to plot whole graph. Then we have to give answer related to this particular graph. Now coming to the question, first one is, which city has the largest difference in minimum and maximum temperature of the given data? Now we have to find the largest difference. So from this, if we find, see here I had found the differences between minimum and maximum. Here is the differences of 9, then 11, 7, 9, 10, 10, and 15 and 5. From all, we find that in Jammu there is a maximum difference in the temperature, that is 15 degrees Celsius. So write down Jammu. Then which now the next question is which is the hottest city and the coldest city? So from this only we found that the maximum temperature is in Jammu, that is 41 degrees Celsius, and the minimum temperature is over here, that is 21, it is in Bangalore. So we can write that the hottest place is Jammu and the coldest city is Bangalore. See here, Bangalore. Now the next question is name two cities where maximum temperature of one was less than the minimum temperature of other. Dear student, here we have to find the maximum temperature of one city should be less than minimum temperature of other two city. See student, Bangalore is a city whose maximum temperature, that is 28 degrees Celsius, is less than minimum temperature of Ahmedabad and Jaipur. See, 28 degrees Celsius is less than 29 degrees Celsius. Now next question is name the city which has the least difference between its minimum and the maximum temperature. Now we have to find the least difference between the minimum and maximum temperature. So let us see. Now let us find the difference between minimum and maximum temperature. First one, Ahmedabad. There is a differences of 9 degrees Celsius, that is 38 minus 29. Amritsar, there is a differences of 11 degrees Celsius. Bangalore, there is a differences of 7 degrees Celsius. Chennai, there is a difference of 9 degrees Celsius. Delhi, there is a difference of 10 degrees Celsius. Jaipur, there is a difference of 10 degrees Celsius. Jammu, there is a differences of 15 degrees Celsius. Mumbai, there is a differences of 5 degrees Celsius. Now we can say that Mumbai is a city which has least difference between maximum and minimum temperature, that is 5 degrees Celsius. Let us start our next exercise, that is 3.4. Before starting, again you watch introductory video of this chapter. Now dear student, this exercise is based on probability, that is chances. Now first of all you have to understand what is a probability. Probability, take for example, if I toss a coin, there is only one chances whether either I will get heads or I will get tail. So if I say head is my favorable outcome and the total outcome is 2, means either head or tail. So my probability of getting head would be 1 out of total outcome, that is 2. So my probability of getting head will be 1 by 2. Suppose if I say probability of getting tail, so again the probability of getting tail will be 1 out of total outcome 2. The formula says that probability of any given event equals to favorable outcome upon total outcome. Now take for example, if dice you know that dice have 6 phases, 6 sides, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6. So if I'll throw a die, so how many outcome I will get? Likely 6 possible outcome, one time one outcome. Now the probability of getting 5 means 5 equals to what? So 5, that is one outcome out of total 6 outcome. So my probability of getting 5 will be 1 by 6. Probability of getting 6 number, it is also 1 by 6 only. Now let us see further. Now here we have to tell whether the following is certain to happen, impossible, or can happen but not certain. Now here various condition given. According to that you have to understand the question and you have to write this condition whether it is certain to happen. Certain to happen means we know particular thing going to happen, so we have to write certain to happen. Impossible means we know that what going to happen and what not going to happen. If the thing which are not possible to happen, we have to write impossible. And can happen but not certain means, take for example, if it is rain, there will be a holiday tomorrow. It can happen but not certain. Now let us start. You are older today than yesterday. Yes, it is certain. We know that it is a certain event. We can say that here you are older today than yesterday. So write down, yes, it is certain to happen. Obviously, we will grow older by tomorrow. A tossed coin will land head up. We cannot say in advance that it's going to land head only. So we can write it can happen but not certain. We are not certain about it. Maybe tail also land. Now a die when tossed shall land up with 8 on the top. Now a die having a 6 side, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How is it possible that it land up with 8 on it? So it is impossible event. See here, dice don't have 8 on it. Now the next question is the next traffic light seen will be green. So maybe it can be green. We are not certain about it. So write down, it can happen but not certain. Tomorrow will be a cloudy day. We don't know. We don't have weather forecasting of tomorrow. So write down, it can happen but not certain. Now let us see next question, probability. There are 6 marble in a box with the number from 1 to 6 marked on each of them. See here, I had drawn the figure 6 marble and the number also written on the marble. Now dear student, we have to answer this question. What is the probability of drawing a marble with number 2? Now if we draw one marble from the box, the probability of drawing marble with number 2 is only 1. Means out of all marble has its number. The probability of drawing a marble with number 2 is only 1. So write down 1 out of 6 outcome, that is 1 by 6. Why 6? It is a favorable outcome and divided by total outcome. Total outcome is total number of a marble in a box. Now what is the probability of drawing a marble with number 5? Same only. Why? Because the marble with number 5, only one marble with number 5. As all marble have their individual number. So probability of drawing a marble with number 5, that is 1. Favorable outcome is 1 out of total outcome, that is 6. Let us see the next one. A coin is flipped to decide which team start the game. What is the probability that your team will start the game? Means suppose if I win the toss, suppose if I say head, if I got head, means favorable outcome is only 1, that is either it should be head or it should be tail. If I say tail and I won the toss, so out of, and the total possibility is 2, that is either you should get head or tail, but favorable outcome is only 1, so 1 out of 2. Now a box contain, next one, a box contain pairs of socks of 2 colored, that is 2 black and 2 white. I have picked out a white socks, means one socks I already picked, this already picked. I pick out one more with my eyes closed. Now how many left? 3 socks left. Now I will pick one more socks with my eyes closed. What is the probability that it will make a pair? Now dear student, will it make a pair? I don't know. To make a pair, one socks I already picked, one more socks I will pick, but this time I will close my eyes. So after closing eyes, only one socks I will pick to make a pair with my previous socks. So what will be the probability of picking the socks? That is the only one socks I have to pick, that is the favorable outcome is 1, and the total outcome is now how many socks left? 3. Out of 3 I have to pick 1. The favorable outcome is 1 out of 3. So the probability of that to make it pair is 1 by 3.